So, hatchery selection, it's really important to get really good, strong, healthy birds from the start. One way to have some assurance of that is to choose a hatchery that's participating in the National Poultry Improvement Program. Also to talk with other farmers and consider travel distance. There may be circumstances at different times that change how we think about this. Right now, we are able to get chicks shipped to us through the U.S. Postal Service. But sometimes there are disruptions in that. There are heat waves. There are things that would make it less desirable for a chick to travel through the mail. There's also some disease outbreak issues at times, and pandemics, of course, where you may need to think about alternative ways, and think about, is it possible for me to actually go to the hatchery and pick up chicks myself? And I was on a really good craft webinar with a APA member speaking, and he said that they used like 3 or 4 different hatcheries, depending, one for their chickens, one for their layers, one for their broilers, one for their turkeys. So find what works best, especially, and that would be an advantage of being in touch with other farmers and hearing the experience of how the hatcheries work. And of course, there is one in Davis, so if you need a really close by one. Breed selection is really important to productivity. Choosing hens that I took these screenshots from the Belt Hatchery just because they're very beautiful, and give them credit for that. But you can also see that they describe an estimates of their productivity of both in terms of how many eggs they lay per year and feed conversion. So depending on your markets, whether if you want the rainbow mix, then you can have it, but there are trade-offs in everything. The white leghorns are very, very productive. They lay white eggs. Does your market like white eggs? Is that okay? Or do you need the traditional Rhode Island red or a very highly productive golden sexling? There are many, many different kinds, black, golden, brown sexlings that are very productive, and you have a better chance of getting all females because the females and males look different. That's the sex link part, is the different genders look different. And then there's some dual purpose birds such as black australorps. And when I had chickens, I had about 6 or 7 different varieties. They all have very different personalities. The leghorns are flighty, but very productive. The Rhode Island reds are a very standard kind of friendly thing. The black australorps I was particularly fond of. They're very friendly. So think about what's important to you and try to balance the productivity with the temperament, with the feed conversion, and depending on what you want to do with them at the end, whether they're going to be sold as stewing hens, then you probably don't want white leghorns. You want a little bit heavier breed with a little more meat. I think we'll keep moving. Sourcing. So placing the order is very important. Consult with your cooperative extension poultry specialist about recommended vaccinations. If you're buying layers, it's really important to get the Merrick's vaccination. I've seen entire flocks be lost, and you don't want to invest that much in a bird just to have it die needlessly. So it's very pennies to get that done, and a lot of assurance.